I'm Teresa LaBarbera, and you are watching Connecticut Style. Coming up, for anyone struggling with obesity, it can be hard to imagine an active, healthier life, but there's certainly hope. Middlesex Hospital Center for Advanced Surgery has a new bariatric surgery procedure. Today we'll meet a woman who says she's had success with the surgery. This is her before picture, and later on we'll show you what she looks like now. And we'll meet the author of the inspiring memoir, Misadventures of a Garden State Yogi. And we'll hear from a local group who is taking donations directly to the New York communities that were hard hit by Hurricane Sandy. We'll let you know how you can pitch in. And I'm here in the kitchen with lifestyle expert Lori Green from Elizabeth Richards Gifts. Lori, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me in today, Teresa.
What a lovely setup here. And we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. It's right around the corner.
It is. It's time now to get prepared and get ready.
And you have all of the accoutrements we might need in your shop, don't you?
I sure do.
And what are we going to make today?
Today we're going to make some pumpkin bread, which is a great tradition around our house.
I love it. Now, would you serve that for breakfast? Would it be more of a dessert? Either?
Actually, I pass it out to about 100 or so of my favorite people that I know.
I like that. Good idea. All right, I'll help you. But first, Lori, let's start the show. Look right into camera 2. Tell everyone what they need to do.
Sit back and relax. You're having lunch with style.
Victims of situations in which they have been injured through no harm of their own are entitled to full and complete compensation for all of their injuries and losses.
We don't charge a fee unless we recover for the client.
A good lawyer has to be willing to aggressively pursue the claim of the client and to understand what the client's needs are. At Buckley & Wynn, that's what we do.
We urge everybody that believes that they've had an injury and may have a case, call us.
Hi, it's Teresa, and I'm here with Lori Green from Elizabeth Richards Gifts, a gift store which specializes in all kinds of items for gracious living.
Hello, Teresa. All of us here at Elizabeth Richards Gifts can assist you with making decisions on accessorizing your home easily to freshen its look for every season. Plus, we offer unique gift-giving ideas for every occasion and every age.
Check out all the useful and fun advice from Elizabeth Richards Gifts online at ConnecticutStyle.tv.
After your accident, the insurance company may process 35,000 other claims that same day. Not exactly the personal touch you deserve. Now imagine a law firm that puts your needs first.
I'm Carter Mario. We fight big insurance companies because we know it's not about them, it's about you. Imagine that.
Get Carter. 1-800-900-6700.
Each year since 2009, Elizabeth Richards Gifts has been named Best Gift Shop by the Waterbury Observer, and in a moment you're going to see exactly why. Lori Green is the owner and a lifestyle expert who's going to help us get ready for Thanksgiving. Welcome to the show, Lori.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
All right, I've been to your shop a couple of times. I love it in there. I always find something great.
Thank you.
Tell us, for the viewers who haven't been there, what it's all about.
It's a great store. You can get a gift for practically any occasion, any stage in your life. We have everything from baby gifts on up to bridal gifts, and of course special things just for you and I.
That's great. And you know, you have such a great selection of cards too. That usually gets me in the door at first, and then I always end up buying something else.
We do. I love to hear people giggle at the card aisle.
They're so funny. All right, what are we going to make here today?
We are going to make pumpkin bread, Teresa.
I like that. And should we talk about some of these products you have here?
Sure. Actually, I've put out a little spread here. Anything that I've got here will help enhance your Thanksgiving dinner. I've got
more breakfast.
Yes, you can't forget about breakfast.
It's true, especially
you have to
if you
feed
have
your family.
Overnight guests.
Absolutely. So some of the things that I always try to remember and I start to plan ahead for are things such as breakfast and what kind of beverages I'm going to have for people. I also try to plan for food allergies and dietary restrictions. We have a lot of people nowadays who are gluten-free, so we try to take that into account when we're planning our dinner. I also, when I put out my appetizers for Thanksgiving, I try not to give them too much, so I prepare just a simple cheese platter with not too much on it. That way that the turkey remains the star of the show.
That's true, and I love these little forks on top, or half forks. Great? What would you call them?
They're little half forks, and
so
they are
cute.
cheese markers. They've got the name of the cheese right on it, so now your guests aren't wondering what cheese they're about to try.
Very good. And these gloves, I might actually clean something with these. They're really cute.
Well, that is the hope. I always have a spare pair of rubber gloves so that I
Very
can ask
nice.
someone to help me with the dishes.
Very good. All right, let's get cooking, Lori.
All right. So today we're going to make some pumpkin bread. And Teresa, as crazy as it may sound, I make about 100 or 120 pumpkin breads every year, the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And I start out with a stick and a half of butter,
Okay.
2 cups of sugar, and we're just going to mix that until it's nice and fluffy.
Now you just give these out to people getting ready for the holiday season, that type of thing?
Well, it all started, back in probably the mid-2000s. I used to be a real estate agent, and I would make pumpkin breads to give out to the people who I sold houses to during the year. And I would just let the list grow and grow and grow. And eventually I got up to over about 80 people.
Wow.
And now that I own the store, not only do I still remember all my real estate clients, but I also have added some of my store customers as well, some of my favorite people.
Bet people look forward to it every year.
They do. They do. Around August or so, I start getting text messages asking me if I'm going to make pumpkin bread again.
This must be some pumpkin bread.
So after this mixes up, we're going to add our eggs, 2 eggs,
Okay.
and let that incorporate one at a time.
And you really have great gifts. I know that you have a lot of baby gifts in there for christenings, that type of thing.
We do. We have a great selection of christening gowns, really nice heirloom quality gowns, not your run-of-the-mill.
And I know that I've bought plenty of wedding presents in your store before.
Oh, yes. It's a great thing to be able to help brides celebrate such a happy moment in their life. We've also added some cloves and some nutmeg and some cinnamon.
Yeah, it's starting to smell really good.
And we've got our baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And mix that in. We're going to gradually add in 2 cups of flour, Teresa.
Okay.
After my first batch of pumpkin breads, I know this recipe by heart.
Do you, and of course, we'll have the recipe over on WTNH.com if you want to make it at home. And knowing you, Lori, I'm sure you package these up just beautifully, too.
I do. I package them all individually with everybody's name on them. And put a nice little message of Happy Thanksgiving from our family. And then I'm going to add 1 pound of pumpkin. And I don't go crazy. I do not...
You don't carve it out of the pumpkin,
No,
Lori?
I don't carve it out of the pumpkin. I don't have time for that, so I do just use canned pumpkin. And that's okay, because a lot of us, we work, we have families, we have parents, and all kinds of people to care for in our lives. So it's okay to take some shortcuts.
Yeah. All right, we have about a minute left. I'm assuming you probably have the oven preheated.
I do. After I turn this into a pan, I'm going to put it into the oven at 350 for 1 hour. I'm going to use a disposable pan just because it's easier, not as much cleanup. And they've got these great foil pans, or you can even find corrugated cardboard pans as well, which are great for the environment too.
Very good.
So I'm going to turn it in, I'm going to put it into the oven, and we will just wait for it
That's
to be
great.
done.
We're going to taste it at the end of the show. And you have all of these great products also in your store as well for cooking products, right?
I do. We've got KitchenAid mixers. We've got all of these wonderful carafes that you can use on your table to set it and make it look pretty. We've got Mariposa, which my cheese platter is on today. That is a wonderful product, and it's a great hostess gift as well. Don't forget about your hostess when you're going out for Thanksgiving this year. Get her a little something, even if it's just a box of candy.
I like the thought. And of course, you have the Foshas at your store,
We do.
too.
We have Foshas candy. We have plenty of it.
All right, Lori, we're going to give this a taste in just a minute, but we're out of time. Thank you so much for being here. Elizabeth Richard Gifts is located at 951 Chase Parkway in Waterbury. You can call 203-754-4438 or visit ElizabethRichardGifts.com. Oh, and you're also on Facebook and Twitter, right?
Yes, we are. Like us on Facebook and follow along.
Sounds good, Lori. Up next, we'll tell you about an advanced weight loss procedure at Middlesex Hospital. That's when Style returns. Don't go anywhere.
The Connecticut Burn Center at Bridgeport Hospital is the only verified burn center in the state. Your help is needed to support the building of new accommodations for families whose loved ones are recovering at the center.
For more information, go to ctburncenter.wtnh.com.
When you have a family, you want to be smart about spending money.
These days, you want to be brilliant.
The smartest thing we did was call Amica for car insurance.
They really took the time to get to know us and get the coverage right. And their quote was less than what we were paying.
And they found all these discounts, too. We saved even more by getting auto, home, and life together.
It was a smart call.
It was a genius call.
You could save hundreds with Amica Auto Insurance. Call for a free quote now.
Options are great, right? Because when you have good options, you get exactly what you need. That's why I switched to Amica for car insurance. They really listened when I called. And they explained all of these options that were perfect for me. Like they have a reward program for good driving, accident forgiveness. They even have identity fraud protection. So I got the right coverage. And I saved money, which is my favorite option.
You could save hundreds with Amica Auto Insurance. Call for a free quote now.
We're the only law firm in Connecticut with a doctor and nurse on staff who are also lawyers. Imagine that.
In America, morbid obesity is a serious chronic disease that affects more than 25% of adults and 14% of children. And if you're struggling with obesity, it's probably hard to imagine your life differently, but there is hope. Middlesex Hospital Center for Weight Loss Surgery offers an advanced approach through the Da Vinci robotic-assisted gastric bypass surgery. And right now, we're going to meet someone who had the procedure. Take a look at this. This is a picture of Kimberly Zalava, who underwent the surgery about 4 months ago. We are going to take a look at Kimberly now. Wow, Kimberly, congratulations. What an impressive before and after.
Thank you.
You look great. Now, how much weight did you lose?
I lost about 85 pounds.
And you've kept it off. It's been 4 months, and you're maintaining it.
Yes.
Very good. That sounds fantastic. Sit down, join us. Kimberly's joined by Dr. Jonathan Arano, the medical director at Middlesex Hospital Center for Advanced Surgery. Welcome. Thanks to both of you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, doctor, when we talk about morbid obesity, we're not talking about someone that needs to lose 5 or 10 pounds. What does this mean exactly?
We're talking obesity. The word morbid basically means you're sick because you're heavy.
Okay.
So once you're reaching weights that are in excess of 80 to 100 pounds overweight, we start to see it directly affecting your health and your quality of life.
And what can happen? What are the health risks?
Well, at that level of obesity, we see a 4-fold increase in the incidence of diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, sleep apnea, 4-fold increases in cancers like breast cancer and ovarian cancer, colon cancer. And clearly there's a big change in quality of life. What people very often don't realize is the effects on health are so dramatic, it far exceeds the risks that are inherent to surgical treatments.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the center where you perform the surgeries.
Well, the Center for Weight Loss Surgery at Middlesex Hospital was started, I actually started the program in 2001. Back in that time, there were only 2 or 3 surgeons in the state that actually performed weight loss surgery. Since that time, we've been recognized as a nationally certified center of excellence, and it's a program that has performed well over 2,000 weight loss procedures. I personally have performed over 2,000 weight loss procedures with some of the safest and best outcomes in the state, if not the country.
Let's talk about in more detail the robotic surgical system, the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. What is it exactly?
Well, the Da Vinci robotic system is the next generation of laparoscopic surgery. Laparoscopic surgery is also called minimally invasive surgery, wherein you use small instruments to enter into the abdomen, and through those small little tubes, we have little grasping devices. The Da Vinci system is actually an elaboration of that, wherein these devices now are controlled through a cable pulley type system, where now the grasping devices, suturing devices, are not just claws, but they're actually wrists. They're like miniature hands inside the patient.
Oh, wow.
The surgical console, the surgeon is right by the patient, controlling these instruments with high definition resolution graphics, 3D graphics. It gives an incredible amount of precision and control and visualization of the internal structures. And it's really revolutionary. It's improved patient recovery, it's improved patient outcomes and safety. I can't speak highly enough about it.
And I'm assuming less scarring as well?
It is minimal scarring. It's usually 5 or 6 small, less than ½ an inch sized incisions. The recovery time for postoperative pain, the majority of my patients, the day after surgery, they're on Tylenol as their principal pain med. Most patients are back to work within a couple weeks. Some take longer, primarily because of fatigue. It's a very big operation, but with small incisions. So there's minimal pain, but there's a lot of energy going into healing.
Now, Kimberly, I want to ask you, why did you decide to have the surgery?
I decided to have it because I wanted to be healthier for my children, and I wanted to live a long, healthy life.
Sure.
So,
how do you maintain this now? You lost 80 pounds. What do you have to do?
Basically, I stay away from anything carbonated. Soda is a no-no.
Okay.
My son gives me soda and I say, oh, Mommy can't drink that. Well, why not? So, but a lot of water.
Exercise, is that?
A lot of exercise.
Okay.
I put him in the stroller. We go for walks. We take the dog for a walk. We have a trampoline.
Oh, good. You're just enjoying yourself. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
Happy to hear that. Doctor, there are some information sessions available to the public.
Yes, we do a general information session. For the bariatric program, I personally present an hour to 2 hour long conversation about what the risks of surgery are, what the outcomes are, what the options are, because there are many different surgeries that are available.
Very good. And all that information is right there on your screen. It's happening November 27th and December 11th from 5:30 to 8 in the North 1 Conference Room at Middlesex Hospital. More info at middlesexhospital.org and search weight loss. Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing your story. And Doctor, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us, Teresa.
All right, up next, how yoga changed one man's life and set him on the path to helping others. That's when Style returns. Don't go anywhere.
They worked for Linda McMahon's campaign, but when they weren't getting their paychecks, they turned to News 8 for help.
No money, nobody calls. To this day, nobody contacts you.
I didn't receive no checks, nothing.
Well, you know we fought hard
These folks gonna get paid? They're looking for their money.
and got these people results.
Tonight, when we got involved, the campaign said the checks are in the mail.
Who's got your back? News 8.
Matt's brakes didn't sound right, so I brought my car to Mike at Meineke. We inspected his brakes for free. Free is good. Free is very good.
For a limited time, get 50% off brake pads and shoes at all participating Connecticut Meineke locations. Visit myctmeineke.com to find a dealer near you.
We finally got the bundle from Cox. And now that our TV, phone, and internet are working together, my dad has gone a little bundle crazy.
Ah! See that? Phone and TV working together. It's Aunt Shirley calling right there on the television.
Shouldn't we answer it?
You want to talk to Shirley? Tyler, look at this. I'm watching 3 different shows at the same time.
Why?
With the Cox bundle, your internet, TV, and phone are all seamlessly connected for just $25 each a month, with internet speeds 2 times faster than basic DSL. Switch to Cox today.
Interns beware. The Queen of Mean is back.
I hate her.
I heard that.
Grey's Anatomy, all new tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Your playlist goes live. The American Music Awards, Sunday 8/7 Central on ABC.
It's incredible how a college elective could change your life. Back in 1989, Brian Leaf was a freshman studying business, and it was a yoga class that set him in a new direction. Brian Leaf is the director of Holistic Tutoring Center in Western Massachusetts and is the author of 11 books, including his most recent, Misadventures of a Garden State Yogi, My Humble Quest to Heal My Colitis. How do you say that, Brian?
Colitis.
Colitis, calm my ADD, and find the key to happiness. That's quite a title.
It's a mouthful. Yeah.
Well, tell us about the book a little bit.
Well, so the book is a memoir. It covers about a 13-year period from when I was living in New Jersey and I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis,
Okay.
Which is like an ulcer in the colon. And I was very sick. It was no fun. And I was very stressed out. I was very intense. And then I went off to Georgetown University and I found yoga.
Were you hooked the first class, or did it take a little while?
I was. It was almost like, I'd say it was like the same feeling, honestly, as the day I met my wife. It was like, it was just like I knew I had found something that was me. Like it was
Really?
like I was home all of a sudden. Yeah.
All right, now in the book we talk about 8 keys to happiness. Let's go through some of them. What's number 1? How do you start off?
Well, so basically, what happened is, first of all, I would recommend anybody write a memoir. Everybody should do it, because it was like writing a dissertation in my own life. It was like I reflected back on all this time, and I noticed the different phases in my life and the different healings that happened. And so those are the different keys. So the first one was the yoga.
Okay.
Because one day I got into the yoga and I was struggling with the colitis very badly, and I was on a bunch of different meds and they weren't working. And the doctors were talking about surgery and a colostomy bag and all kinds of very scary things, to anybody, let alone a 20-year-old.
Sure.
And then one day I made this crazy leap that the days where I did yoga, it made my symptoms better.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you say it cured it completely?
Well, all right, so first I made that leap, and then I went on this, and that was a huge leap for me to make. I mean, now it makes total sense to me. But at the time, I'd never heard of the mind-body connection or anything. So I decided, I don't know, I'm grateful that I thought of it. I don't know how I did, but I decided to, just on a lark, to self-medicate with yoga. So I started doing yoga 5 times a day, just for 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And 3 days later, the symptoms were gone.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and 2 years later, the symptoms came back.
Okay.
Colitis is the type of disease that goes into remission and then comes back. And so two years later, it came back, and this time I caught it right away, and I just jumped straight into
You did the yoga constantly again.
Yeah, and it went away, and that was it.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to some of these other keys to happiness. You say meditate at least 3 pieces of wisdom.
No, okay, so there's meditate.
These are separate ones.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's
Okay,
huge. Meditate is awesome. Meditating on wisdom would be good. But so there's meditate, and then there's apply at least 3 pieces of Ayurvedic wisdom to your
what
daily
is that
schedule.
exactly?
Okay, so Ayurveda is like the medical side of yoga, like the therapeutic side of yoga. And the way that came about, so the subtitle, which you talked about, the mouthful, is Cure My Colitis, Calm My ADD.
Sure.
And you know, lots of people really suffer with, people don't talk about it because it's not pretty, but a lot of people suffer with, you know, digestive disorders, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and colitis and things like that. So, you know, I really wanted to write the book to share what had happened to me with people. And it doesn't have to be yoga, it could be other exercises or modalities. But anyway, so then the Ayurveda comes in because 9 years later I was seeing a therapist, and she suggested that maybe I had ADD. And, you know, I was really angry. You know, the way you get angry when someone tells you something you know is true. You know, usually it's your mother. And I was really upset. And so I dove in to see if I could find something that had cured me like yoga had cured me. And that's when I found the Ayurveda.
Wow. Now, how does the ADD play into it? Did the yoga fix that as well?
Okay, so you know, I was really upset about the ADD, and then, but I knew she was right. You know, I knew that that's the thing that had kept me from, you know, that was the thing that had kept me from settling down in a place, in a relationship, in a job, and I, you know, was always moving and distracted, and so when she suggested I had ADD, first I was upset, and then when I dove in, you know, I thought, well, maybe something can heal the ADD, like the yoga had healed the colitis.
Ah, okay.
And so in Ayurveda is this vast sort of therapeutic approach. And so I tried herbs and diet and types of massage and types of meditation, and changed the yoga I was doing. And it worked. You know, over time I was more focused, able to write a book.
Wow, so it's like the end-all cure-all yoga, it seems like.
Well, for me it was. I mean, I actually do think it is the end-all cure-all, but, and I'm a zealot, you know, but I think for someone else it could be something else. It could be Tai Chi, it could be basketball, you know, there's lots of different solutions.
It's interesting how it worked for you, and now we could read the book that tells us exactly how.
Tells the whole story.
All right, Brian, it says you have a breathing exercise for me to do, which is good because I tend to be wound kind of tightly.
All right, this is a very simple breathing exercise, totally change your life. Whatever you have, it'll heal it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I like it. We'll give it a shot.
All right, so it's called the full 3-part breath. And so a lot of times people only breathe with their chest. And actually breathing just with the chest can cause even a stress response. Whereas taking a full breath down into the diaphragm, using the full lungs, will actually trigger a relaxation response. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe a full 3-part breath. And rather than going, we're going to start the breath down here. So we're going to push out our belly as we breathe. We're going to push out here and then push out here. And then we're going to relax the whole thing and just melt. Okay, you ready?
All right, I'll take your word for it here.
We're going to melt. Are you ready to melt?
Sure.
All right, first, inhale with the belly, push the belly out. Inhale with the chest. Filling up all the way up top. Full breath, hold for a second, and then release. Just let the whole thing pour out and melt. Relax. Let's do it one more time.
All right.
Inhale, belly, push it out. Inhale, middle here. All the way up into the chest, into the high chest. Fill it up as much as you can, and then just let it fall out and melt.
Oh, Brian, I feel so much better already. Thank you. I guess it's true, though. You have to remember to breathe throughout your day. Take the time out.
Some people say that's why people smoke, actually, is just to take a full, deep breath.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Brian. We're out of time. We can find the book on Amazon?
Absolutely. Anywhere books are sold.
All right. Very good. The name of the book again, Misadventures of a Garden State Yogi. Stay with us. More Connecticut Style after the break. We'll be right back.
Today, you might be missing out with satellite and slow DSL, but tomorrow you could turn your living room into a multiplex. With Xfinity On Demand, you get thousands of TV shows, movies, and more. 90% are free. And with Xfinity Internet, you can stream them anytime and anywhere. Satellite and slow DSL have nothing like this. call 1-877-342-0135 and switch to Xfinity TV, Internet, and Voice for $29.99 each a month for 12 months when you bundle all three. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi, so you'll have the speed to get everyone online at the same time. So switch to Xfinity TV, Internet, and Voice from Comcast for $29.99 each a month for 12 months and get Stream Picks included. Or ask how you can lock in your rate for 2 years and get up to $250 back. Tomorrow could be awesome if you call today. So call 1-877-342-0135. That's 1-877-342-0135. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
You feeling boxed in by depression symptoms such as persistent sadness, loss of energy, or problems sleeping? If so, please call about participating in a clinical research study for those with depression. There is no cost to participate in this depression clinical research study, and compensation for time and travel is available to those who qualify. To learn more about this depression clinical research study, call toll-free 1-866-390-7373 or visit mydepressionstudy.com. 1-866-390-7373.
In the wake of Hurricane Sandy, there are still tens of thousands of people in neighboring states without power. Our next guest is part of a team that's taking donations right to those who need it the most. Brandon Dufour is the general manager at All-Star Driver and a member of Entrepreneurs Organization. Brandon, welcome to the show.
It's always good to be here. Thanks for having us.
All right, tell me a little bit about the organization that's making these donations.
Sure. Entrepreneurs Organization, or we call it EO for short, is an organization of about 30 small business owners in Connecticut. And we get together monthly and just kind of as a sounding board for each other to help our businesses grow, deal with the day-to-day problems that may come up. And we got together on this to help. A lot of us are connected in some way to New York City, and we decided that it's time to get together and help out the Sandy victims.
All right, and when is this drive happening? You're still accepting donations, right?
Accepting donations. We're taking 2 bus loads down to Far Rockaway on Friday. So we'll accept donations till Friday morning. We're leaving around 9 a.m. and we have 3 pickup locations in Connecticut.
All right, in fact, let's put up our information on the screen. You can see exactly what you guys are looking for. Brandon, run me through some of these.
Batteries, work gloves, garbage bags. A lot of people are asking us if they can bring furniture or clothes, but that's actually not what the needs are. It's a lot of cleaning supplies, a lot of just the day-to-day needs to help people continue to prepare.
All right, and it looks like baby items too, that's on the list, formula, and then it says first aid supplies, so all of that stuff is handy.
Pet items
are
also
food,
great.
Though, right?
No, not as much food, more cleaning supplies, more things just to really help people get settled back into their homes.
All right, and the next full screen here is going to show us exactly where we could drop off these items.
Yeah, my office in Watertown, our friends at Image Marketing in Plantsville, and our friends at Gottfried and Somberg in Glastonbury are all accepting walk-in donations for any of those items.
All right, very good. And we still have all day today, and also Friday morning, that's when you're leaving.
Yeah, we leave early Friday morning, but our offices are all open early Friday, so if you want to come in early on Friday, spend today shopping and get to us Friday, that's great.
Very good. Now, Brandon, we should mention you've been doing a lot of donating. We were out there at the Radio 104 Friends of Michael May's food drive at Big Y.
It was fun. We gave 104 turkeys, and we've had a really good year. We've had a really good year at All-Star Driver, and we're happy to give back, and it was a great day. You were there. It was fun. We gave 104 turkeys to the Connecticut Food Bank, and the Sandy relief has distracted some of the people, some of the attention from the everyday needs of hungry people in Connecticut.
That's true, especially Thanksgiving right around the corner. And your dog, Frankie the dog, who's kind of your little sidekick, also made an appearance.
She was there. We gave a nice little check to the animal rescue that she came from, North Shore Animal Rescue, and they're kind of inundated with displaced pets from the Sandy storm. So we're happy to help in both events.
Very good, Brandon. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do. Thanks for being here on Connecticut Style.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're out of time, everyone. We want to thank all of our guests today, but most of all, thank you for watching. Make it a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.